Hi, I'm Christus. I've just completed my very first week on the Public Health Specialty Training Programme over in the Northwest. A couple of reasons why I've started doing videos. The first is to log my progress essentially over the next 5 years. It's a 5-year training programme, no doubt you already know that if you're watching this. But yeah, I want to kind of just see, where I started, log it through each year. So the idea in my head is that I'm going to have a folder for ST1, or a playlist rather, for ST1, ST2, 3, 4 and 5, and just compare how I am now to how I am in 5 years. It's going to be very difficult, I'm well aware of that. It's going to be a lot of hard work, potentially quite stressful at times. Can't lose any more hair, so I'm going to have to kind of monitor stress in different ways. But the second reason, and arguably the more important reason, I suppose, and the reason that's kind of motivated me to do this, is to help offer advice, support, answer questions for anyone who's considering applying for public health specialty training in the UK, and also, help people that are going through it now. When I start the application process in November 2021, and incidentally, the application process, as again I'm sure you're aware, starts in November and it runs through all the way to around March time. There's various different stages. You are assessed on a range of different psychometric and kind of situational judgment parameters, if you like. It's a weird one to describe, and I'm going to have to get better at describing that if I'm going to help anybody. But as I was saying, when I started the application process, the first thing that I did was go onto YouTube and see if I could find anyone who's done it, who could give me little hints and tips, and just give me a heads up on what to expect and how to best prepare for each one of those stages. And don't get me wrong, there's absolutely tons on YouTube. There are videos on everything from epidemiology to health inequalities to wider determinants, commercial determinants, social determinants. Everything public health related under the sun is on YouTube. However, when it comes to kind of resources and videos that are specifically about the public health specialty training program, I personally couldn't find anything. Maybe 1 or 2 videos here and there, but nothing specifically. And I think there's a big gap that I would have benefited from if it was filled. So I'm not saying I'm going to fill that gap, but I just want to start putting a few bits out there, giving people a bit of a heads up about what to expect, and that's not just regarding the recruitment process, but also about each year of training, what's involved. There are, incidentally, I should have mentioned this a second ago, there are YouTube videos on there that the different deaneries kind of put on or upload every single year. Yorkshire and Humber have done this, West Midlands, I'm going to say London, somewhere in London, I'm not southern as you can tell. But those are really, really useful. Those are kind of 1 to 2 hour long webinars that essentially recorded at the time and then uploaded to YouTube. And they give you a good bit of information from, consultants that are in the field now, as well as existing registrars. And they give you a good overview of the programme. But, you might have 1 or 2 slides, 5 minutes, 10 minutes max on the application process. And it's quite, I'm not going to say vague, because it is very helpful. I certainly found them helpful. I watched as many as I could. I watched them all. But yeah, I just thought there was something missing. So that is kind of the gist of what I expect these videos to be about. But as I say, I'm also kind of doing it to log my progress as well across the scheme. I've just finished my first week. Well, not really a week. I started on Wednesday. I had Wednesday and Thursday at my first placement, which is Blackburn with Darwen Borough Council. And then Friday I was in Manchester on the first induction session, where I got to meet all the other ST1 registrars within the Northwest. And that was really, really, really good to meet people that had kind of been through that grueling recruitment process and that had just started placement. So really, really mixed bunch of people from all sorts of different backgrounds, but it was fantastic, and it was really well run as well. The session itself, I saw icebreakers on the agenda, and I immediately thought, oh, for God's sake, this is going to be horrendous. If you're anything like me, icebreakers you just find a waste of time and a load of bollocks. But this was actually really good. They were fun. They were decent icebreakers. So hats off to the induction team in the Northwest. Really enjoyable day. As for my placement, I think I'm very fortunate to have an educational supervisor that is quite recently gone through the program, and is now a consultant, because they understand the requirements of me. They understand what it's like to be an ST1 and ST2, 3, 4, 5 within the last kind of probably 6-7 years, which is a real bonus, I think, for me. Coming from a public health local authority background as well, I think that's helped me, because I've got an understanding of how local authorities work, how decisions are made, political influences, and the political landscape of areas, and how that applies to public health and vice versa. So I'm already involved with certain pieces of public health work, which is what I wanted. I didn't want to sit around for the first 6 weeks and twiddle my thumbs waiting for the MPH to start and kind of not knowing what to do, making teas and coffees randomly and doing mandatory e-learning. That I'd go insane if I was doing that. So great to be involved with pieces of work. Already had colleagues contact me as well in the council about the high fat, salt and sugar advertising restrictions that we successfully implemented in Barnsley. So hopefully I'm going to get involved with that. Yeah, I'm really passionate about that, so that's going to be exciting. But yeah, really good first week. I've got an induction session number 2 in Liverpool. I used to work in Liverpool and live in Liverpool for just over 3 years. So I'm really looking forward to going back to that city and going back to uni, which I've got mixed feelings about, but I am genuinely looking forward to completing an MPH. When else would you get the opportunity to be paid a full-time salary, complete a master's during that time, and have that master's paid for? You know, a master's these days is what, 10 grand plus. It's such a rare opportunity, so I'm going to try and grasp it with both hands and try and enjoy the process. And again, you know, logging my progress through YouTube videos, it's also kind of an opportunity for me to reflect on just how fortunate and grateful I am to be in the position that I am. I've said it over and over again to people that I've spoke to about regarding the recruitment process. I got quite lucky, you know. In my opinion, you need a bit of luck. You need things to kind of swing your way a little bit. Obviously, previous managers and whatnot have said, no, you know, you deserve to be there, and I agree with that too. You know, I put the work in, and you know, I'm going to probably do a video on imposter syndrome soon, because I think that's something that, well, I've certainly suffered from it, but I think a lot of people, certainly ST1s that are starting, may have imposter syndrome. You know, there are a lot of people that get onto this training program that are unbelievably clever, talented, experienced in the field of public health, and you can sometimes feel a bit overwhelmed and like, you know, you're unsure about what your qualities are amongst that kind of group of elite public health people, essentially. But that's not the case. It's a load of bollocks, honestly, and I will cover that in a future video. Imposter syndrome. If you don't have imposter syndrome, you're in the wrong place. You know, you're not developing. You know, if you look around and, you know, you literally have no anxiety whatsoever, no nerves, feel like you're the best there, either you're an arrogant, I was going to swear then, you're highly arrogant, or you're totally naive. So yeah, imposter syndrome, it can be a good thing. But yeah, as I say, that's given me an idea for another video, so I'll cover that. But yeah, I mean, I'm blabbing on here, aren't I? I will apologise now. I've never done a vlog before. I've never done a video like this. I'm probably supposed to be looking into the camera and not at myself on the screen to make this more personable. I'm probably supposed to set up lighting in a certain way. I'm probably supposed to have some sort of microphone that makes the sound quality better. Probably a separate camera that makes the image quality better. I'm a complete novice. I might get there. I might buy a few bits. We'll see. I'm hoping that I can kind of maintain the motivation and enthusiasm to do a few of these videos and kind of, you know, post stuff relatively frequently, because, you know, at the moment I'm just starting. I do have that kind of not spare time, because time is very precious even now, but I'm well aware that my workload is going to become significant within a few weeks, but I want to log that. I want to kind of reflect on that and see how we go. So this is video number 1, besides the HFSS advertising policy video that is basically was the first video that I uploaded to YouTube. But yeah, we'll call this video number 1, ST1, August 2022. I think I have 1 subscriber at this point. Thank you, Laura, for subscribing. And yeah, who knows? Let's see if we can get to 10 subscribers within 5 years, and maybe 10 views. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for listening if you have. And if you've got any questions as well, then I don't know. I think you can comment under these videos. You can tweet me or DM me on Twitter. I'm quite active on there. Or comment below if you my email address, talk about anything. I don't know what people say at the end of these videos. Like, comment, subscribe. To be honest, that doesn't mean much to me. Cool. All right. Catch you later, guys. Bye bye.